done know. Bless up, everybody. This is the
Bless up.
Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message nationwide. We are here once again on the Uncouth Truth. Here, man. Uncouth Truth, season 2 with Impetrable and the one and only Rita Pearl.
Medea.
Today, people.
Medea, thank you. How are you? You sounding good, Rasta. After you came off the roller coaster.
You don't know. Energy, you know?
Yeah, man.
You don't know.
All right, and who are you?
Well, you guys gotta tune in to my channel and see where I go on with me posts.
All right, and let's reintroduce ourselves.
Oh, you already know this is the Impenetrable, the Rebel, the Rasta, all up in your grill. So let's bring it all out here on the Uncouth Truth podcast. My co-host partner, you can tell him your name, sister.
It's your girl, Rita Pearl. And as usual, I'm back. I'm back talking about the usual, about men and women, about how we relate, how we can learn from each other, how can we can continue to love on each other. Because, at the end of the day, we are from Mars and Venus, aren't we? We are very different. All right. Love y'all. Yeah. I'm here.
And the man behind the scenes, the producer extraordinaire, which you already heard from the intro, Mr. Rastafari, the Samurai.
Never leaving you dry.
You don't know,
in
people.
Your eye.
We are here once again, Uncouth Truth, season 2. Yo, what are we gonna do? What we're gonna do with this topic tonight?
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Impenetrable.
Videos that we're actually going to discuss. So as I'm just trying to tell everybody, make sure you go on the IG D2E_podcast to actually catch myself and the hostess Rita Pearl together. And you'll definitely be hearing the Rastafari Samurai in the background. But Rita, you go ahead and let the people know what you are going to introduce to us today on our topic of the Uncouth Truth.
Oh, we have always a melange of topics, but of course all relating to men and women. Yes, we are going to be delving more in the diaspora of our own. So for those who don't understand, or for those who might not like or appreciate what they see today, you are free to not tune in. But we are the Uncouth Truth, so we're going to talk about things that are sometimes real, sometimes a little raw. We don't want to get shut down. We're going to try and keep it as cool and classy as possible.
We're just going to try to keep it uncouth.
Okay. All right. As he said. Always.
I do know that my co-host definitely has some great juicy topics to discuss. So I think that it's best that we just
let's just run it. How about let's just run the first video.
The first one, huh? The last one we just saw, right?
That's right.
You did. Here we
go.
These modern women are, 1, promiscuous, 2, influenced by feminism, so they think that we're in a partnership and everything is equal. No, we're not in no partnership. This is how our relationship goes. God over man, man over woman, woman over children. God dang, woman, I'm above you. And not only that, you want me to be above you. You want a man that's taller, stronger, makes more money, more competent. So if you want me to be over you, I'm going to act as if I am. And I'm going to treat you like that, which that is a good life. You don't gotta pay for any bills. The house is good. We go on vacations. Life is good. Just rub my back, speak kind words in my ear, and cheer me on so I can continue to go out there and support us.
Yeah. So that was No Fugazi. That was off of our feed on Instagram. And I find he's quite real and raw. I thought that was a very interesting kind of take on it, but wanted to also see what you guys thought about it. And of course, anyone who's watching, feel free to speak your mind, and we'll definitely respond. So what y'all think?
Okay.
You first, man.
He said, bottom line, it's not a partnership. Number one. Number two, he said, it is God over man, man over woman, woman over children. That's the order. He said that, yeah, you're going to have to fall back. Just kind of, help me feel better about myself, help support me in whatever I'm doing, and I'll take care of everything. You ain't got to worry about nothing. What y'all think?
Where the light at?
This is like one of the first times I've seen impenetrable stump, like just quiet.
He's just taking it.
Me not stump.
You're stewing.
Ooh,
I see you. You're cooking, as these kids say.
It a brew.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Let it brew.
The one thing that I'm not going to agree with this brother right now.
Okay.
Is a ruling over my partner.
Mm-hmm.
If you're my partner, together we're in this to actually make it out.
Mm-hmm.
Not just me alone.
Mm-hmm.
I go out there in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, he did state some facts in regards to respecting the woman's role in certain things. But this thing about like God over man and then man over woman and women over children. Okay. It may seem like that to you, but I can say this for a fact. There are a lot of good fathers out there that if their voice is recognized and actually used in the household towards the children, those children stiffen up.
Mm.
When it comes down to the mother, and it's no disrespect to the mothers now, they kind of push the buttons a little bit with mom because mom is the more emotional, caring thing. So with his whole entire statement right there, son, where does the man come in line now to ruling over the children?
No, that's not what he means.
I know that. But the whole thing about like this whole entire like ruling over somebody, when back to my point, it's a partnership. Yeah, I'm gonna run with that. Go ahead.
Okay. What about you?
The only thing that is supposed to be above us is just the Most High.
That's what I was.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree.
Okay.
That's what I was about to say. But
okay.
All that order, no. Overall, it's just God. God is over everything, regardless. It's not man over woman. No. It's God over all.
So how are you gonna say like you're now more powerful over somebody else and she's also God's child too?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna tell you what I think he was trying to say. Okay, so I think he's looking at it from a biblical perspective. First of all, secondly,
perspective more like.
Okay, but no, like let's get out of the yes, it's a caveman perspective. Like I'm a woman literally looking at this from a different perspective. I'm looking at it from how he's looking at it, okay? So he's looking at it biblically. We already know this, okay? But what the way that he's not looking at it as in the mother is over the children and the father has nothing or no ordinance over the children. God is over everything. And that's what that t-shirt is basically saying. God is the top, then man, then woman, then children. That is the order of things. And biblically, the man is the head of the household. Does that mean that there's no partnership between the man and woman? No, that does not mean that. That just means in certain things, the man is ordained to handle. And in others, the woman is naturally ordained. Does it mean that they can't share responsibilities? No. Does it mean that they can't both work? No. But ultimately, the natural order of things in the household is going to be the husband or the man is going to be the head. The wife is going to be second in command. Of course, the children are going to have to listen to both, though. When it comes to decision making, that's where the partnership comes in. Whatever I say, it goes. Whatever you say goes. Doesn't matter who they come to. They know that you and I or whoever are a united front, and that's a partnership. But there is a respect. Listen to me. The one thing I've learned is that men value respect overall as well.
Yeah.
Respect to that men is a form of love. It's a form of love. And in some way, it's a little more than love for men. But for women, it's about the love. Do you understand? So it's solely about the feeling. You understand the emotion of it, the passion of it. And I'm not saying that you guys aren't, but it's just primarily what you are and primarily what a woman is. So because of that, I think that's where we have a disconnect between men and women, because women are looking for men to be emotional and loving and that's not really. But there's no respect. If a man is not feeling respected, he's not going to respond in a loving fashion, is what I'm trying to say.
I concur.
So yeah, I've learned that. I've learned it. I'm learning it. So just Arita's it's Arita's pearl of the day.
Whoa, not a rant. For the day.
It's Arita's pearl of the day.
It's funny how
it's a pearl.
God doesn't exist.
Yes.
That's a comment.
Yeah,
someone made a comment.
Sounds like an atheist.
Hey, they're out there.
There's a lot out there. There's a lot of people who don't believe in God. And you know what it is? It's again comes back to the programming. We have been programmed down to no longer speaking about God, but about speaking about the Creator. Or speaking about, yes, go ahead.
But when the time comes, right? When the real time comes, oh God, oh Lord, and all them things there, when death is about to come, those atheists, they do say that. Me don't know.
Nobody.
Oh God.
None of them believe that's ever going to happen, honey. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's funny and it's true what Rastafari is saying, because as much as you're an atheist, I bet you when a death happens to somebody within your family, you're there at church.
At the funeral, for sure.
You're there at the funeral.
That's right.
You're there at the service.
That's right.
And you're all like with everybody about saying like, God took his soul up to heaven. Right? But yeah, you're atheist. Like, give me a break, yo. You guys like, slap away that idiotness right now. One time.
Yeah, damn right.
So did we get your perspective, Rasta?
Well, I totally agree what he was saying.
Yeah.
God is overall.
Yeah.
God is
but that's what the shirt said. I think I just think that what he's saying is, as a man, he is above the woman in that ordinance.
Old school
Yeah.
in regards to where what he's talking about. That thing,
because he's saying there's no partnership, and I don't believe that there's no partnership. There's a partnership for sure.
We're in the 2000s right now. We're in the modern times right now. I'm sorry, we're not going
and we
backwards.
Don't live in the 50s when you could afford to be home and cooking and cleaning, and your husband go out and work. Those days are long gone.
Exactly.
Because
long gone.
In those days where a man would be going out to work, nobody went to work on a Sunday.
No, we used to be everything lock off on Sunday.
Okay.
Everything lock off.
So when that now comes into play now with all of this modern times, his way of thinking right there, unless he's meeting a woman that is still wants to be under that type of like traditional old school values, which nowadays most young girls are trying to become business owners and everything like that.
And if they're not trying to become business owners, they're looking for someone who's got money. Done.
It's basically that.
That's it. No.
As
yeah.
I've been seeing it right now.
Well, sugar daddy.
That's what I'm talking about. Sugar daddy.
Matter if you're a good person, because to them you have to be the right person. And usually right now, a right person is the person with money. So they'll put up with the bullshit of somebody who has the money and all that. Deal with the neglect. Deal with whatever bullshit that's coming with the money, because the money's providing them a lifestyle for them to gloat about to other people.
Well, in that case, it's money over everything, isn't it?
That's what it is. They're not even choosing God anymore.
They don't care about nothing but the money.
That society has been moving lately. Like, we're not even like spiritually like enriched with ourselves anymore. Everything is about the dollar. You're now looking at a partner where you're hearing from women now. They're not looking at a man that's with God. They're looking for a man with money.
Pretty much you're saying how much a dollar cost.
I think it's so
just
much
like
more
from
important.
Kendrick. That's from Kendrick. How much a dollar cost?
Like the mindset now is like you're not even trying to be with a righteous individual anymore. You're just now dealing with somebody that's money. Now, if you're going to be dealing with somebody that's money, that's slimy, that's greed, that's all of those things to get money. Not just to be humble and be all right with what you're earning. And that's the problem now with people, because that's what they're looking out for now. Get the person with the money, not the righteous values and all that, and then build from that, because that's the solid foundation. No,
I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I was never like that. I was always a type of chick. I was always like, okay, if you have what I have, and at least what I have, we're good. Like, I'm not looking for you to be. You ain't got to be rich, because we all on the same planet. We all working. Why can't we get rich together? We can do that too. Like, what's the problem? Like, I don't understand. But you know what I think is too, some of these young women too, they see their mothers, and that's what how their mothers used to move with the men. And so they just learn that they're in the same way.
Of course.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with even like boys seeing like their dad and having like maybe
that too.
Their mother cheating on them or treating them bad. There's not a boy out there that is going to see something that's going to affect them as a male and want to repeat that in towards his relationship.
Of course,
it's the same thing with the daughter. She's not trying to have that what she's
trying not to
in that type of relationship.
But can it happen? Yes, it can still. It depends. It depends on how deep-seated, the unfortunate, what they took on and what they learned was, unfortunately. And that depends on how young they were. Which is, yeah. So what do we,
my thing is that with this guy right now, like with his statement and all that stuff, unless like you're really making that type of dollars where you're not only competing with men now in this day, but you're also competing with ladies that are also making that type of money now.
Yeah.
And there are some good ladies out there that are good financial providers.
Right. It's very true.
Right. So for me now, that's where I say like it has to be a partnership in now today's age.
Yeah. And especially with how expensive it is out there, cost of living, like you have to have a 2-income household. You have to have 2 hands in the pot at minimum in order to get in the direction, get to the goals and the aspirations and maybe the dreams that you are trying to achieve. Because guess what? I mean, at the end of the day, when you're by yourself, it can be done. But think about how much shortened the time would be if it was two of you, right? That's all.
Of course, it definitely works.
It cuts everything in half.
The problem is with a lot of these guys is that they're not really looking at it at the full spectrum in regards to that. Even back in the day when a man had his lady, even though she was at home, there were warriors of females that took their stand, even with like their man doing what they had to do. And that woman stood there beside her man, taking the stand with it. There have been strong women out there. And you're going to need someone like that if you're going to be out there trying to put it all together for that thing. Because your woman is also defending what you're also putting up.
Well, that's her job. Her job is it's just, like I said, just support you.
So the problem is with a lot of these guys is where they're not even trying to have
supposed to support each other. You guys supposed to support each other no matter what. That's what it is. So reciprocity, people. Reciprocity. That's that give and take, that yin and yang.
I would never date a man like that because I'd be like, him? I might box you before I box him if you want to date them type of people.
Jeez. All right, you want to get to this next video? That was very riveting.
Let's go into.
Let's get to the next one. Okay, wait. Oh yeah, okay. I don't know which one you're gonna play. Is there a title on it or no?
There's the 109 and the 153.
Okay. Go ahead, just play it. It's okay, we'll talk about it after. 153? Yeah, you've already played one, so just whatever the next one is.
In Malcolm X's autobiography, he talks about how the antebellum white man tricked his own woman into believing that he, the white man, needed to let out his most animalistic sexual desires on the slave black woman because, his woman, the white woman, was above that and should be held at a high standard, while the black woman was below that and was made to satisfy his lowest desires. Malcolm further identified how in his personal pimp days that taste for the sexuality of black women in a raw animalistic way was now an underground addiction that many white-collar white men enjoyed secretly in whorehouses, crossing many racial barriers to satisfy the addiction, cheating on their own women. Now, it's no secret that one of the biggest devastating aspects of African American culture is black people's acceptance of white America's historical idea of us, but in a cool, fun way. We're not niggers. That's racist. That's old. We're niggas, which is more trendy. We put some seasoning on it with some lyrics and a few dance steps, and we resell it to each other. And we sell it to others. Well, could it be that what is deemed as sexual liberation for our women is truly getting them to accept an idea of themselves, which was rooted before any of us was even born? Has America finally perfected in us its idea of the hypersexualized black woman and girls who can meet your most animalistic desires, but most importantly, bust it open and twerk it out with pride? 13-year-old girls who are hot and ready. On one day, we're screaming black women are not protected, while at the same time promoting a culture that makes them the most accessible, or at least appear to be the most accessible in the most sexual ways. Now, with this subject, the first mistake we can make is to allow the images portrayed of our women to make us believe that all of our women are one way. This can be the farthest from the truth. The next mistake is to ignore the reality that this image is what's most advertised and promoted of our women, and we need balance today.
Yep. I do believe that for sure. We need balance. I think that there is a hypersaturation of sexualization. Sorry, I don't even know if I was supposed to use that word. Of a lot of our women, and it is and has become quite problematic for quite some time. Let's not pretend that this is just happening right now. As he said, this is a historical thing. And if you pay attention to through the ages and over the last few decades, if you remember what a lot of our artists, for example, looked like back then, let's say in the 90s, the late 80s, and then now, it's quite interesting, I guess is the word I'll use.
All right. What's definitely interesting about that video now, and I really was going to talk about this type of subject because it's really, really true. With the rise that we've all been talking about with the women's rights and all of that that's been going on, it's quite sad to see that is what you were just stating now earlier, back in the 70s and 80s, where our women in the community held themselves up to a more dignified standard.
Yeah, just think about the fashion back then.
All right.
Think about what we were wearing. A lot of us were not wearing what a lot of these young girls are wearing right now. No.
Plus, in regards to, again, the women speaking their minds and having it all out, the worst thing that has actually come out of this whole entire thing is that women talked about how they don't want to be sexually objectified. Okay. But then the portraying is literally out there and is totally being the trend of being
normal. It's normalized.
Yeah, literally
normalized. Like you gotta see it, you gotta look at it.
A queen, in the way how you conduct yourself, hold yourself accountable in regards to amongst others.
I don't know. Yeah, check yourself in the mirror before you leave your house.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like, I just
Simple
don't
stuff.
know anymore. Like,
Yeah.
what is it? And
Yeah.
that's why they're saying, like, where is the balance now out of this? Because at one point now, you ladies talking about, oh, a man needs to respect us.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. But then in the next minute, I'm seeing you out on a video out at a party. I shake out your booty and everything, like, you know, have no manners and no picnic in the next moment. Like, where is the fine line in all of this stuff? Like, if you're a lady, then be a lady. You can't be a lady and then being a hoe outside.
Okay. I'm gonna, you know, I gotta defend my ladies who sometimes might be had a couple too many drinks, and that you know kind of put her out of character for that particular moment. I don't think that, you know, not all women, but there are women out there I have seen. I've gone to parties. I've gone to Soca or Die. I've gone to parties, like, for example, like just and a lot of these it's like nothing. It's like nothing. It's like you just have a couple pieces of material covering the special areas, and then like that's it. You just and like that everyone's just supposed to believe that's clothing, and it's not clothing. It's madness. The normalization of it, the sex, and you know it's you know and even if you're okay, fine, you're wearing a skirt, but then your ass is hanging out the bottom, so like what was the point of wearing the skirt? And just saying you're wearing a bra top, but it's only covering your areolas. So like what was the point of wearing that? Like, I'm just saying, like, I mean, there is sexy in a tasteful fashion, and then there is sexy to the point where you should just be on a street corner on Jarvis. That's all I'm saying.
Could I intervene here?
Yeah.
I'm going by the video here. On the real, he's talking about history, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of these women don't know this history. Black women, okay? And we're doomed to repeat it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the thing is, what he was saying back in the day, women were doing whatever with the white man and all of that
was,
and
like,
everything.
sleeping around with the
no, but the bottom line is what I'm getting at right here is that the white man could go and cheat on his wife and all of that with the black lady and all of that and everything because it said ratchet, right?
Yes.
On the thing there, right? So yes. the man, the white guy, whoever, believes that the black woman is ratchet, and I could just do what I gotta do, and it's not considered cheating.
That's right, because again, like they said that she fulfills his animalistic desires and fantasies. Absolutely. Yeah.
So
absolutely
in a way, it might sound fucked up, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Yeah.
It's like the black woman is his therapy. So when he goes to the wife now, he with the animal instincts and because he wasn't really, now he brought it up. No, it's it's like his therapy. Now I have to keep on doing this so I could keep it up.
But because usually the wife isn't into any of that.
But another thing is one more thing, black woman, right? Because those times it was like racism and everything, right?
Slavery.
So, slavery, right? Okay, so you would never believe this white man has done that, especially if he's not saying nothing about it. You know what I mean? Right? Not true? Oh, I may just have to bring that up on the Uncouth Truth. You don't know. Devil's advocate here.
Yeah, I just think that let's first of all, can we analyze I just want to analyze something quickly. The birthplace of this day and age, of media is where? Big media country.
The biggest thing that I noticed in that video,
I was asking a question though.
What question were you asking?
Which country is a big media country?
Big media country?
Media, yeah. Where big television and movies and...
Well, of course, we already know where it's at.
Right.
South of the border.
Right. So as such, we know that where that being the birthplace and them having the force that they do, think about the international influence, because this is look everywhere, all over the world. You seeing all the young girls becoming like this, right? You notice that?
Oh yeah.
So, programming, that's where it boils down to. It's programming, right?
Oh, you want me to get more into programming? I'll get
and then people believe it. Oh yeah, black women are like this.
All right.
The problem with the programming.
Go on.
And I'm gonna really nail it.
Yeah.
Go on.
Is
that something too?
We're doing everything to be accepted.
So we're going along with the programming.
So down to the programming.
Outside of that type of programming, it's an indoctrination of their ideologies of what he said now. Ever since we came out here to North America, what have our people been trying to do all the time is being accepted and being treated fairly by these folks. That's all they've been trying to do the entire time. So what do? They go out there and work in the same environment. They now believe in the same type of this is the way that life should be environment too as well. The entire thing that we've come into is literally an indoctrination. And then with the indoctrination, the programming completely gets worked in.
Indoctrination is programming, though.
And the programming starts.
But indoctrination is programming. That's what I said. I said programming. That's what it is.
And the programming.
That's what it's always been.
And the programming starts at a young age. Me want to bring up my point.
Of course, from Bond. From Bond.
Oh, check this out. No. I'm going to bring up the doll, okay? When it comes to the black little girl and the doll, I don't like seeing... I'm sorry, I have to bring it up. Because why? They grow up with the certain look of the doll.
I had one. I had a what?
Especially if it's blonde.
I had
with,
the what? I
with,
had the Barbie.
with blue eyes.
I had the
So
Barbie.
then after that, later on, what I see nowadays, I see some of the black women with blonde wigs, blonde weave, eye lenses, blue, green, and all of that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah. And then after I look back upon the doll again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, luckily that luckily they have black Barbies out there.
Yeah, yes,
so
yes. But it took some time.
It took a lot of weight.
It took some time for all the damage it's done to the older ones.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I'm getting back.
Mentally.
Everything that has been shown to people to live the American way or live the Canadian way out here, you know what I mean? They're taking other people's culture and then literally brainwashing them to a colonial or an imperialist ideology of what life or a successful life should be. And everything is literally based on money and slaving for the money in regards to an ideological life that is successful. Well, if they got the bigger house or if they got the boat and they got the car and they're traveling and all this stuff, when we came up in this world, our life was not financially up there, but it was rich.
In other ways, for sure.
Rich in many other ways of life, but we're so stuck now on putting a money value to it.
Everything
instead of a righteous value to it from the Most High is why this world is going to sink more and more out here in this society.
A good example of that is TikTok. When I think about it, I'm like, that is a good example. Because think about it, if there was no way there was no TikTok, no Instagram, none of that, what would people be doing? They would probably be doing all that stuff in their houses without video. Why do you need? That's what I'm saying. I wish sometimes someone actually wanted to slap me the other day when I said, I wish we could go back to rotary phones. Like.
You got no argument with me there. I'm sorry. No. I'm going to say something like that. No.
I love that.
No.
Rotary phone.
Yo. Sometimes I would just be like this. Yo, do I have to call you? Do I seriously? Or worse yet, they hung up. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, why? You know what? Can you call me instead?
Yeah.
It's easier.
You guys want to go back to them type of food?
Listen, all I'm saying is take me back to before computers.
You want to talk about go back to rotary phone or even the ones that came right after?
No, push button.
And the push button there. But let me ask you something. When somebody get the phone number, like send me get that girl phone number, you know what y'all forget now?
What?
When me now have to call the house, me have to worry about calling and hearing, hello, get through to actually get through the mother or the dad before you can even talk to the gal.
Oh yeah, I remember those days.
Those were the days.
I was like, yo, that's why I be saying, yo, I don't want to call.
What do you mean?
I don't want to call nobody. You call, yo. You call. You call.
Bring me back.
I always
to the days
embarrassed
when,
me when a boy would call.
That's what. Exactly.
Anything before that, yo, keep it.
You're damn right.
None of that foolishness.
Exactly.
Why the hell do I have to have my anxiety all up and down and everything? Because when I'm gonna call the lady now back,
not
in those
to mention
days,
if there's another phone in the other
might
room,
even have a brother,
and your
Lord
parent,
of mercy,
your parent picks
sister.
up and they listen in.
Oh
on your
yeah,
and then your
conversation.
parents
eavesdropping.
The eavesdropping.
The eavesdropping on the phone call. Remember now, I grew up in the ghetto where there was only one phone in our side of the blood clot house, and it had that long ass extension cord that could reach all the way upstairs and downstairs.
How many people were in the house?
How many people were in the house? About 6 because 5.
Damn, that's a fight every time.
You see what me I said?
Get off the phone. Why are you on the phone?
You've been on the phone for too long. Oh my gosh.
You see, as soon as I get it right, you see?
Boy, the amount of phone calls that I wanted to make to like get to a jubby, and then I had to fight with either dad or mom just to get the phone.
You know when you
fighting with dad and mom. I had dad and mom and brothers. You know what I'm saying?
You know what the best time for me was? The best time for me was pagers.
Yeah,
pagers was the best.
When that came out, I went, Lord, good Lord, there's a God.
I hated it. You know why? Every time you get a page, you got to go to a payphone. This is before I'm talking about those times.
The only time when it got irritating to me when you're not answering it and they're keeping on paging, and you're like, freak. You know, what can I do? I'm not near a phone right now.
I remember they be paging me.
Off the pager, I'll be like, listen, if I'm not near a damn phone when you're paging me, nah, call you right back. I am off because
no
I know you're
phone nearby.
keep on trying to ringing me down, as if like I'm your father to be like bringing you weed or something. Like, yo, get out of here.
Jeez.
Yo.
The times.
Yo. And then when you go and check them type of people that was always like, man, I wanted to get a dime, but I only got 5. Like, Reggie, yeah, waste my blood clot time. I like ring off my pager just for that.
Convenience. Convenience.
Yo, man. But back to what he was literally saying in regards to like, you know, the slave master going now sleeping with like the slaves, like females and everything.
Yeah.
It's quite funny that when we were growing up in the 80s and they were saying that Black women back in like the early like 70s and 80s held themselves up to a more higher standard. But when I was out here in North America, it was the light white ladies being a little bit more slacker. And not so, proper at the time. They were the slacker ones, not really the women of like my community or in culture. But it seems like everything just now reverse. The white women them want the big booty now because when I was growing up, no white girl didn't want to have big booty at all.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
No, you're right. They didn't want no big booty.
Right. And now,
they just wanted
Black women were holding
Black
themselves up like as a queen or an empress. Now they're out there looking like some hoochie mama from like a strip club, like dancing.
Well, you have to understand that with the advancements of technology and plastic surgery, if the white women back then knew what the white women nowadays knew, they definitely would have gotten the work done. Remember, it wasn't as prevalent back then. It was more like, you have to go to the gym, you go and you get some, go and get your favorite makeup.
No,
but it wasn't big, Botox and all that stuff wasn't crazy like it is now, and fillers weren't as crazy as it is now, and BBLs and all the stuff that's like you see everybody's got a BBL now. Like it's like
it's the most ridiculous thing that I've been seeing right now in regards to that BBL stuff, and then like
because now they have discovered a way. They have discovered a way to become more. What did I'm gonna say?
I remember when growing up, like literally as a teenager. And when I said to a white girl that, my gosh, you got a big butt, she was like, no, I don't want the brothers trying to like holler at me and all that. You know what I mean? Now every damn like white girl wants to have like the biggest booty whatsoever.
Yeah.
And all of this stuff. And I'm sitting here like, but wait, when did
and
this
they be on
like,
planes going to DR to get it,
when
my
did
friend.
this all like change up? Because I remember they were like, no, I don't want to have a big booty growing up. And now every woman has big wide hips. Every woman now wants to have ass.
Y'all look like teeth. That's what y'all look like. And big old wisdom tooth.
They look like a degenerate like surgery
Just
fix up.
Or like the Bug's Life. Some of these girls like the Bug's Life. You know the Bug's Life, right? Yeah, that was a very fun cartoon. But yeah, that's what some of y'all look like. So I'm just saying, like, listen, I'm not saying I never considered it, but I'm just saying to myself, I've gotten to a stage in my life where I've kind of grown out of the idea, because I think to myself, I think my biggest thing is that I know someone who died. So I think after knowing that, it became more of a
from the surgery or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's always happening though.
Tummy tuck. And
that's always happening though.
And a boob job. She got a whole body work
paying
done.
All of this top dollar for all of this.
No, but the thing was, she went to try and get it done cheap in Colombia. That's the problem.
Is what it is, though. Still, you're still paying big money to go out there.
But here's my problem, right? Here's what I don't understand, right? You're here in this country. You go do the work somewhere else. Okay, let's just say, for example, you buy a Ford Taurus, right? Brand new. The Taurus has problems, but instead of taking the Taurus to the Ford dealership while it's covered under warranty, you take it to a mom and pop shop across the street. Now you get your work done. They fuck up your car. And then you go back to Ford, and guess what Ford says? Sorry, we can't touch you. And that's what happened to her. She went to Colombia. She got the work done. She came back here, and she started to have complications. And she went to the doctors here. Doctor said, sorry, we can't touch you. You got to go back to Colombia. Last time I saw her, she was just about to go to Colombia because she said where she got her tummy tuck was starting to leak. Was big problem.
But this
infection.
Is the problem that I have with.
She went to Colombia to go and try to get it resolved, and she never came back. So ever since then, I'm been like,
this is the problem that I have right now, literally, with everybody doing this damn like. How could you hate yourself when you are a gift of God that much?
Blessing.
To want to alter your blessing that God has provided with you on this earth.
Yeah.
Natural, true
and that's
blessing.
What I had to think about. That's really what came to my mind the most.
It really goes to me, it really goes show to how low some women have with self-esteem.
Self-esteem, yeah. And it's like
that you're really gonna go through with surgery.
Yeah.
To make yourself feel better about yourself.
And
instead of like
typically they don't
on like your mental and spiritual level to being better as a person.
It doesn't.
I just don't get it anymore. Like I am so turned off by like any woman with like type of like surgery whatsoever for beauty. To me right there, you're already lost. Your self-esteem, gone. You never even had it. It doesn't even matter whatever they fix you up with. You're already gone. Like, I can't help you.
Yeah, I feel like I think that's what I started to think about was like, maybe it's like a slapping God's face, like a slap, kind of like a disrespect. It's like oh, you didn't create me properly. Like you didn't make and that's not we're created in his image, and so if we are created in this image, should we not just love ourselves?
Love ourselves. Why are we worrying about the opinionated of like another human being on earth?
You know what though? I do get to some people are just born in a certain way, and some people go through a lot of their own torment, not sometimes even outside pressure. Some people get bullied, and some people are just not made are just not the way that some of us are. But, we got different types of personalities and people out there. Some people can take a whole lot and bounce back and they're resilient, and others just fold.
Not everyone's made from the same cloth.
No, and just say, you know what? No, I got to go with the grain. Some of us are like, no, I'm going to keep going against the grain because what the hell am I doing? I know who I am. I know what I know I'm beautiful. And others will just say, nah, I'm not beautiful. I don't like what I see. Or maybe someone said some shit to them, or maybe an ex-boyfriend used to say some shit to them, and that's what they let get to them, and they got on a plane and they went to go get some work done.
Like, you have to be mentally stronger than that. And that also comes into the parents' role now, where it's like, you should be telling your child, man, boy or girl, that, listen, man, you are a beautiful person out here in this world. Do not let the world get to you in regards to how your beauty is, of who you are.
And in order to do that, love thyself.
Exactly. But the problem is that we're literally in a society that is constantly trying to tell people that, no, you're not beautiful enough. No, you're not manly enough. Oh, you're not handsome enough. Whatever it is. And, oh, no, you need to come and get this from us so that you can actually be that way. When there's nothing outside of the world in regards to that that's going to make you better. It's the inner person of you.
But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. And every household is not the same. And some of us come from real effed up households and situations, and we don't. And some of us don't. Yeah, and some of us just don't. We don't choose what it is that and we just don't. And that's just sometimes that's just the outcome. The outcome is that, and it's just. Like I said, it's just, again, it's just here to talk about it and kind of educate what it really is. And the truth is that if you are going along with the program, then you are no longer unique. And that's just the bottom line. You look like everyone else. Like, what else do you have? What's going to happen when you get old, mama? When you get old and things start to really drop and really no longer defy gravity.
In fact, I would say that's another topic.
And I've seen some of this work after some years, and it looks like, honestly, like a car wreck. Like dents and dings and incredibly ridiculous and unnecessary. Your body looks like it just is not good. In a good shape.
Anyway, we still got one more clip.
Yeah, but I just wanted to finish with that because it's not cool. Like, I mean, just doing this unnatural stuff to yourself. Listen to me. I am okay. Let me just quickly clear something up. I am dead against putting foreign things in your body. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, if you are young enough and your boobs are a little saggy and you want to get a lift does not require you to put anything foreign in your body. It's simply a lift to help and bring your boobs so they're more perky. I'm okay. I have there's no issue for me in doing a lift. But if you are trying to put in, doing shots in your butt or putting silicone or whatever they're putting in now in your boobs to make them bigger, that's madness. You're ridiculous.
You even got dudes doing that in regards to like looking muscular and all of that foolishness. Like
juice bags.
Isn't there like ab implants? Ab implants.
I'm always going to be a tall, slim man. Yes, I'm in the gym. Yeah. And I'm working out. But my lean muscle mass, I bet you guys would never underestimate. Don't underestimate it at all. Fucking strong as hell. Somebody could tell you when I punch them, oh yeah, they feeling it. You know what I mean? But I'm not mad that I'm not getting like bigger, bulkier, looking like that type of like ideal something with somebody.
Okay.
I'm happy with who I am. It's just like if a lady says like, oh, I think you're really handsome. Stop that. I'm okay. But it's all good.
Yeah, because you're humble.
I'm humble.
You're humble,
and I love.
Me too. I'm the same. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't need the rest of the world.
But there's a lot of men. That's the other thing we were saying about. Did we watch that video yet? About
no. We're about to
watch that now.
Watch that clip right now.
That's a good segue.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
What's the difference between being a modern man and a traditional man?
A modern man is sassy. A modern man spends more time in the bathroom than his own woman. A modern man worries about the clothes that he has on rather than how good his woman looks when she walks out the door. A traditional man is a provider. A traditional man is a leader. A traditional man makes no excuses on why he can't provide for his women and his children. He makes no excuses. A traditional man doesn't get with a woman because he needs financial help. A traditional man gets with a woman because he understands the value of that woman. Modern men are sassy. Modern men are in competition with their women. Modern men don't know their left from their right, while traditional men stands on morals and principles and standards. And the foundation to a traditional man is God, and they know if they can stay on that foundation, they will never be swayed back and forth. That's the difference between a modern man and a traditional.
There's hardly any traditional men anymore.
Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Who wants to go first on this one? Because this was a segue again to what we were talking about.
I'm going to let Una take control of this one right now because my mouth going bumble cloud talk some yo.
We already know
the
that.
Rebel rant. The rebel rant.
We already don't know that.
The rebel rant está aquí. Okay. All right. So listen to me. What I'm trying to say is, okay. Now, the men nowadays are sassy, but what I mean when I say they are sassy is like they don't want to be the main. Like they don't want to, like, you know, they don't want to do the main things. You know, like there are
What
things
you mean?
that
They don't want to be the man?
do. You know, like they don't want to work. They are okay with staying home, and they and the girl go to work for 40, 50 hours a week. Like they want to stay home and cook and clean. Help me. Why? Right? That's, to me, that's a sassy man. That's not a partner. And I just want to know, like, from your standpoint, what do you guys think about house husbands? That's actually kind of what essentially.
The only house husband me know of is Tony Danza.
All right.
Who's the boss?
Who's the boss? Yes, that's a good one.
I don't know nothing else but like
yes,
them term there.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, the sassy men are men who, any man who gets his eyebrows done. I mean, if you have like excess hair and you got like a little unibrow, you need to take it out. I'm good with that. But like if you shaping your eyebrows, you know, if you take a long time, longer than me to get ready, you know, you got to coordinate every single time you go out the door. You can't have a little stubble on your face. I don't know. Just certain cringy things I can't deal with. That's a little sassy to me. For me, what do you guys say?
All I have to say is that when you're saying that a sassy guy, all I can see is just a gay man.
Uh-oh.
Straight up. He's literally indoctrinated with the gay stuff. Because those are the ones that I see worrying about like their fingernails being manicured all the damn time.
Okay.
Next to like a pimp, which is the other one. But it's pretty sad. Very much sad.
Right.
But it's been forced upon like a lot of men in regards to like what I would say and I know they might want to cut me off for it, but the LGBT community has definitely put their influence on fashion.
Yes, as I've been seeing.
And definitely the way how it's been going with men's fashion.
Oh boy.
Out there in like Europe and everything.
Listen.
Okay then. Enough said, right?
I don't think we want to go there right now.
All right then. Okay. Enough said, right?
We will get shut down today. Yeah.
Oh, okay then. All right.
Enough said.
We're done.
I would like to say no comment. No comment.
Those are the ones that are getting the access and the power to like influence in regards to like fashion trends and all that as a man. And I'm like, what part of that is masculinity?
Oh yeah. And that's what I was gonna ask you about too. because I just wanted to show you this. And
look, man.
Did you see this?
Don't show me another Drake impersonation.
No, this is not.
I know
this
it's
is
not Drake,
Do you know who it is?
Let me see.
Do you know who that is?
No, who is that?
Those nails belong to Dwayne Wade, basketball player Dwayne Wade. He's going to be. Oh, look, see, those are his feet with the nail polish on them too. Those are his feet with the nail polish on them too. So apparently, Dwayne Wade has been in an interview recently said that he's going to be starting his own nail color line, and that he likes to wear nail polish. Ever since he helped his young boy transition into a girl. I don't know, but this stuff started to happen. So I think we can talk about that maybe the next time.
Yeah. Yes. Because
indeed.
Don't break. Don't break.
we only got 4 minutes left.
I'm sorry, but it was just a good segue. But we will be talking about.
No, that for that segment. There I am. I'm just going to get up and left. Then I deal with them.
Okay, I will be talking.
Because we already see the foolishness with Drake with the color thing.
So we're gonna revisit Dwayne Wade's nails on the next episode.
I don't know who these basketball rappers are anymore. Okay?
Me no know either. Drake too. Drake. Me don't know what them are, because why? I know what a man is. That's the question. What is a man? Because Lord, I don't know what a man is nowadays. Man is not a man.
No, it's feminine. And what is a woman? Now she's masculine.
That's what they're trying to do.
The roles
the
of
whole
switch.
blurring. It's the blurring we've been talking about the blurring of the lines.
I saw it go.
So we're gonna get back into the blurring of the lines on the next episode for sure. It's been great.
This has been a real interesting episode. Season 2, episode 9 here. The Uncouth Truth here. You don't know.
Yeah.
But we appreciate everybody coming through. Tuning in.
Yeah.
Straight up. Hopefully y'all be tuning in next week. You don't know. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Yes.
You don't know here.
All right.
On the D2E network.
Yes. Have a good night, guys. See you next time.
Still want test my spirit. I understand it.
Keep it uncouth.
Exactly.
And we're gonna try and calm down the Rasta over here. The rebel over here.
Ruth, you don't know. But we gotta end it like this. You don't know, man.
Go ahead.
This is the Rastafari Samurai. Never leaving you dry in your eye. And I approve this message nationwide.